Dick, are you still in your pajamas?
No, Judge. This is a quarter zip formal wear.
Just checking.
Nick, are we on?
We're live.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the County Court at Law number 6 and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court plea docket, Thursday, February 4th, 2021, starting at approximately 14:15 p.m. Okay, we have on today's docket cause numbers 650-264 and 650-265, State of Texas versus Janiel Duke, as represented by Hiku Lee. We have cause 639-414, State of Texas versus Sergio Diaz, represented by Attorney Adam Flores. We have cause 635-213, State of Texas versus Angela Revel, represented by Attorney Isidro Montoya. We have cause 652-989, State of Texas versus Laura Perez, represented by Attorney Suzanne Kramer. And we have a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreement. Cause number 637-217, State of Texas versus Trevon Pradia, represented by Attorney Robert Ambrosino. We're going to take up initially Mr. Duke, Ms. Revel, and Mr. Pradia, and then we're going to come back and take up Mr. Diaz with the interpreter and Ms. Perez. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I need everyone to identify their signatures on several documents. The first document is entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. And Mr. Duke, in clause 650-264, did you sign this document, sir?
It's, Your Honor, my client's a woman. Her name is Danielle Duque. Oh, Danielle, you have to unmute yourself.
This is Mr. Duke.
It's Janelle Duque.
Oh, Ms. Duke. Okay, and is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. And Ms. Lee, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and the next case I have called 635-213, State of Texas versus Angela Revel. Ms. Revel, did you sign the document entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Montoya, as attorney for Ms. Revel, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And last but not least, Mr. Pradia, on cause 637-217. Did you sign this document entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference, sir?
Yes.
And Mr. Ambosino, as attorney for Mr. Pradia, is this your signature also on this document, sir?
It is, Your Honor.
Representing the state in all cases is going to be Mr. Nick Maru. Ladies and gentlemen, in these three cases before me, I'm now looking at a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions that purports to have your signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, Ms. Duke, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Revel, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Pradia, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
By signing these documents, are each of you telling me that you've had enough time to either read these documents or have them read to you in their entirety? If you had any questions about what was on these documents, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorneys, so that in signing these documents, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on these documents. Is that correct, Ms. Duke?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Ms. Revel?
Yes, sir.
And is that correct, Mr. Pradia?
Yes, sir.
As attorney for Ms. Duke, have you had enough time to go over this case with her? And in your opinion, is she mentally competent?
Yes, I have, and she is competent.
Thank you. Same question for Mr. Montoya as attorney for Ms. Revel.
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Ambrosino as attorney for Mr. Pradia.
Yes, Your Honor. He's competent.
Ms. Duke, are you a United States citizen, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Same question for Ms. Revel.
Yes, sir.
And same question for Mr. Pradia.
Yes, sir.
Defense counsel for Ms. Duke, Ms. Lee, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, they have.
Same question for Mr. Montoya with regard to Ms. Revel's case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And same question for Mr. Ambrosino with regard to Mr. Pradia's case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Duke, to the charge in cause 650-264 to the charge of driving while intoxicated, second offense. How do you plead, ma'am?
No contents.
Agreement for Ms. Duke.
Yes, Judge. It's going to be 30 days Bexar County Jail, a $500 fine, court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent. This is a JSAT judge, and the state will be taking into consideration cause number 650265.
And defense, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Duke, in cause 650264, the court accepts your plea of no contest. I find you guilty of the offense of driving while intoxicated. Second offense. I sentence you to 30 days in the Bexar County Jail. It has a $500 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent. Judgment satisfied, taking into consideration cause 650265, which is granted, and it shall be dismissed. Anything further from the state or the defense on Ms. Duke? And
No,
6504
Judge.
or 650265. Good luck, Ms. Duke. Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Ravel in cause 635213. And state, is this the original charge, DWI first? Is that correct?
Yes,
Judge, the
sir.
original charge is a .15 or higher.
Are you going to waive the enhancement, I'm guessing?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
State moves to waive the enhancement and proceed as a DWI first.
No objections, Judge.
I imagine not. Okay, that being granted, no objection from the defense. Ms. Ravel, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense. How do you plead, ma'am?
No contest.
And is there an agreement in this case, state?
Yes, Judge. It's going to be 6/14, $500 fine, court costs, 40 hours community service, DWI education, DIP, CAT SNP, Smart Start Mobile for half the term, and restitution, if any, to Anna Lisa Fontes, Fontes, and Richard Barrios.
State, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Okay, about 635213, Ms. Ravel. The court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. I find you guilty. I assess 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 14 months. Assessing a $500 fine plus court costs, 40 hours community service, DWI education program, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug course, Smart Start Mobile Home Interlock for 7 months, and you're ordered to pay restitution, if any, to Anna Lisa Fontes, S as in Sierra, ONTES, and Richard Barrios. Anything further from the state or the defense on?
No, Your Honor.
Ravel?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Ravel. Thank you, Mr. Montoya.
Thank you,
Judge,
Judge.
real quick, how did you spell Anna Lisa's last name?
Sierra, Oscar, November, Tango, Echo, Sierra, SONTES.
It's Foxtrot to begin with, Judge.
F as in Foxtrot, ONTES.
Yes, Judge.
Sorry. The first alleged victim is Anna Lisa Fontes, Foxtrot, Oscar, November, Tango, Echo, Sierra. Correct, state?
Correct, Judge.
And the second alleged victim is Richard Barrios.
Correct, Judge.
Okay, good luck, Mr. Bell. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, now we have cause number 637217, State of Texas versus Trevon Pradia. This is a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreement. And let's see. Mr. Pradia, to the charge of unlawfully carrying a weapon. How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
The court accepts your plea of no contest, although I have enough evidence to find you guilty. I'm going to withhold a finding of guilt. Place you a 1-year Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1 pretrial diversion probation, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee. Assessing 48 hours of community service, probating that based on your military service. State, what, I didn't read your program list here. Is that something like a firearm safety course? APSE, DOEP, gun safety course, VTC treatment and completion. Is that correct?
Correct, Judge.
And defense, is that your understanding of the agreement? Mr. Ambrosino,
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
is that your understanding of the agreement? I haven't gotten to the gun yet. We'll talk about that in a minute.
It is.
Hold on just a minute. And state the weapon in this case is some model Glock. What model Glock is it?
Judge, I don't have it in front of me. Maybe the defendant or his attorney can speak to that.
Mr. Pradia, what caliber weapon was this Glock then?
I believe it was a Glock 17, sir.
Okay. And in lieu of destroying this weapon, which is probably a $500 or $600 weapon, Mr. Pradia, would you be willing to accept this as additional attorney fees with the understanding it's not to be returned to the defendant, his family, or his friend?
Yes, sir.
Is that okay with the state?
That's okay with us, Judge.
If I can keep Mr. Pradia from doing drive-bys and all that defense counsel stuff. Okay. Mr. Pradia, let me go over it one more time. The court accepts your plea of no contest. Although I have enough evidence to find you guilty, I'm going to withhold the finding of guilt based on 1 year Bear County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion probation. Assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours community service, probating all that based on your military service. The APSE, stress management course, the DOEP, marijuana course. I'm ordering you in the nicest possible way to take a firearm safety course from National Rifle Association instructor Michael Arnold. And defense counsel, take this number down, 210-679-7047. And as far as I'm concerned, in state, you can wait in here. I'm thinking like a 2-hour course is probably appropriate. Is that okay with the state?
Yes, Judge.
Is that okay with the defense?
Yes, sir.
All right. State's motion to destroy the weapon is respectfully deny weapon award to the defense counsel as additional attorney's fee with the understanding that is not to be returned to the defense counsel, his family, excuse me, to the defendant, his family, or his friend. Issue, we also require successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. Issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD and VTC staff. At this time, Mr. Pradia, I'm looking at a document entitled Track 1 Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract binding between you and your attorney in the Bear County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the terms and prerequisites of your successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Court. In fact, sir, is your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Ambrosino, as attorney for Mr. Pradia, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Maru is the Assistant Criminal District Attorney for the Veterans Treatment Court. Is this your signature on this document?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Pradia, what did you do in the military, sir?
I was a petroleum supply specialist.
Did you go to the war?
No, no wartime.
Where were you stationed?
Fort Bliss, El Paso, Texas.
Okay, well, thanks for your service, sir. Okay, that's what I got for Mr. Pradia. Anybody got any questions on Mr. Pradia's VTC Track 1 probation?
Does he have to go to a breakout room right now or anything? Or?
Who needs to go to a breakout room? I'm sorry.
No, does Mr. Pradia, does he need to go to a breakout room? For any of the stuff?
Mr. Ambrosino,
Oh,
this
go to a
is
breakout
Josh.
room.
Mr. Ambrosino, this is Josh Childers, the VTC director. Mr. Moore, our court manager, is on here. He's going to call Mr. Pradia right after he gets off here and explain the next steps.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
And Mr. Ambrosino, bring me an order, or just remind us to create an order, or whatever you just firearm, and then you can go down there and mess with that.
Okay, can I email one to the court or something, or
I beg your pardon?
can I e-file one or email one to the court or something?
No, I don't know how we're doing it these days. I assume an email.
Yeah, I haven't done
You're
one.
going to have something in your hands to take to the police evidence room to have them heard over.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Albertino, you can do either or.
Okay.
Okay, we'll work something out. Okay.
Okay. Sounds great. Okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. Thank you all. Take care.
Okay. Bye, Tron.
Okay. Are we ready on Ms. Kramer's case 652-989, State of Texas versus Laura Perez?
She's not in the Zoom. She texted me about around the time you were trying to get on that it's not letting her sign on. I've sent her several texts since then. I've not heard back from her.
Your Honor, I have also emailed her the ID to come in as well.
Well, I mean, she was trying. And then I resent it to her.
My theory is if someone as computer illiterate as me can get on, she can get on. Are you still in
Well,
contact with her on the phone, like a cell phone?
Yeah, the last time she texted me was at 2:10. I haven't, and then I texted her a whole bunch. Trying to figure out why she couldn't get on, and I haven't heard anything. She has a tendency to do that to me. She'll be talking to me and then she'll just disappear for a while. So I can't tell you anything other than we can wait for her. But I told her you were you were calling the docket and to please text me back, and I haven't heard anything.
If you get a chance to chat with her at some point, tell her as of right now, she's failure to appear.
Okay.
And I'm going to issue a warrant for her, and it's in my mind to issue a competency evaluation because this is not normal behavior on the part of a defendant.
Judge, I know we're on YouTube, so I'm going to be very careful as to how I say this, but I don't think competency is her issue. I think cognizance is her issue, if you get my meaning.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Yeah. We'll see if you can get her. And, bottom line is if we can't do it today, we'll reset it.
Okay.
But if she doesn't, if she doesn't give us, if she decides she does not want to do the plea, then she needs to tell us that.
No, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it, Judge, because she signed the paperwork right before y'all started. And then she was trying to sign on. So.
Well, you can only do what you can do. So thank you for your help, and let us know whatever the status is on Ms. Perez as it comes apparent to everybody.
I will. Okay. Thank you.
You bet. This is cause number 639-414, State of Texas versus Sergio Diaz. And Mr. Diaz is a Spanish speaker, and we have a translator present, do we not? Yes, we do. So
there's going to be a motion on this case, Judge, just so you know.
Okay, let me go ahead and formally announce the case, and you make your motion. It's cause 639-414, State of Texas versus Sergio Diaz. State, are we actually going to do a plea, or is your motion going to negate the plea?
No, it's not going to negate the plea, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, and let's see what we're doing here. Mr. Flores is with us, correct? Mr. Diaz, attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Diaz and Mr. Flores, I'm looking at a document entitled Defendants Consent to Plea by Video Conference that purports to have each of your signatures on it. Mr. Diaz, is this your signature on this document, sir?
He needs to unmute.
I'm in the other room, Your Honor. Let me go tell him to unmute it.
He got it. He got it.
Okay.
Okay, did he say yes, it is a signature? I'm having a hard time understanding.
See.
All right. I assume that's yes. And Mr. Flores, as attorney for Mr. Diaz, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And for purposes of this plea, I have a second document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And I have one copy in English and one copy in Spanish. And the English copy is marked, quote, is a plea bargain case and the defendant has no right of appeal. Mr. Diaz, did you sign the English version of this document titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal?
Sí.
Is that yes?
Yes.
I'm not hearing the translator talk to me.
Sí.
Pat, is the translator's microphone not turned on?
Okay, Your Honor, you need to go to the bottom of the Zoom where there is a globe.
Yeah.
Open that and hit English.
Okay.
There you go. Now,
Ms. Nero, again, thank you. Did the defendant sign the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal?
Sí.
Thank you. And Mr. Flores, is this your signature on this document also, the attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I also have a Spanish version of exactly the same document, which purports to have each of your signatures. Now, I do not speak Spanish, so I do not know what the appropriate thing to mark on this, and please bear with me, but the line that says, es un caso con convenio declaratorio y el acusado no tiene el derecho de apelar. Pat, is that the correct one to mark?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We need to mark that on the final document because I did not know which one to
I
mark.
will do that, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Diaz, did you mark your signature rather on the Spanish version of the document titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal?
Sí.
Thank you. And Mr. Flores, as attorney for Mr. Diaz, is this your signature on this document also, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, Mr. Diaz, I'm looking at a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonition that purports to have your signature on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, sir, is this your signature on this document?
Sí.
Thank you. By signing this document, are you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorney.
Sí.
So that in signing this document, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on this document. Is that correct, sir?
Sí.
Thank you. As attorney for Mr. Diaz, have you had enough time to go over this case with him? And in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Diaz, are you a United States citizen, sir?
No.
Mr. Diaz, if you are not a citizen of the United States of America, a plea of guilty or nolo contendere for the offense charged may result in your deportation, your exclusion from admission to this country, or the denial of naturalization under federal law. Mr. Diaz, have you discussed with your attorney and been made aware of the mentioned consequences, and are you still knowingly wanting to enter a plea to this offense?
Sí.
Thank you. And Mr. Flores, as attorney for Mr. Diaz, have you had enough time to talk to him about the possible federal consequences of him entering into a plea bargain with the state on this crime?
Yes, sir. I did inform about the immigration consequences. He knows that since he has no legal status, he could get deported anytime ICE picks him up.
And at the end of your conversation with Mr. Diaz, did he indicate to you he was still wanted to go forward with a plea bargain with the state on this crime?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Flores, as attorney for Mr. Diaz, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, state, is now a good time to make a motion?
Yes, Judge. State moves to waive the enhancement and proceed as a DWI first.
Is this originally a DWI with blood or breath alcohol content greater than 0.15? Is that correct?
Correct, Judge.
And no objection from the defense, I'm assuming.
No, Your Honor, I believe it's deferred, Your Honor, deferred probation.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will, once I, yeah.
Stand by a minute, let me write this down. Okay, that being granted, Mr. Diaz, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense, how do you plead, sir?
Culpable.
Is there an agreement for Mr. Diaz?
Yes, Judge. It's going to be 14 months deferred adjudication, $400 fine, court costs, 36 hours of community service, DWI education, DIP, CAT SNP, and Smart Start Mobile for half the term.
And who did you come up with 76 hours of community service?
36,
Oh,
Judge.
36. There we go. Makes more sense. Okay, defense, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, the one we're asking is for to be a handheld device and handheld,
Correct. That's what we call a Smart Start mobile device. It's portable, about the size of a cell phone, perhaps.
yes, Your Honor, that'd be great.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Diaz, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated, first offense. Although I have enough evidence to find you guilty, I'm going to withhold the finding of guilt. Place you on 14 months deferred adjudication probation. Set a $400 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, the Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program outpatient drug course, and the Smart Start mobile portable handheld breath testing device for 7 months. Anything further from the state or the defense on Mr. Diaz?
No, Judge.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Diaz?
No.
I need to find out, Miss Ravel, were you granted probation? Were you granted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You and Sergio Diaz have will be contacted by probation within 48 hours. If you do not have someone contact you at that time, you need to take down this phone number. So I'm assuming, Mr. Flores, you can do this?
Yes.
Okay. The phone number you have to call, if you don't get anything within 48 hours, is area code 210-335-7200. And when you call, ask for intake.
Intake.
Yeah, intake. And then they'll take care of you. Now, it's going to be your responsibility after 48 hours to contact them. And if you do not, they may issue a motion to revoke your probation and have a warrant for your arrest. So just figure, sure, 48 hours is probably going to be Monday, so see what happens Monday. Okay.
Can you repeat the number one more time, please?
Sure. 210
210
335
335
7200.
00. Got it.
Okay. All right. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, and I guess we haven't heard back from Suzanne yet, so that we'll have to wait and see what happens on that one.
No, probably so, Your Honor.
Are we finished with Ms. Nero today?
Yes, thank you so much,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Nero.
You bet. Appreciate it. And what else? do we
Bye,
need?
sweetie. Thank you so much. Always nice to see you. Okay. Tomorrow, then, I am ordering right now the prisoner that we will have tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I believe it's Mr. Espinosa. He is an inmate, so I'll send the paperwork, but we probably won't send it until tomorrow morning. Let's see what else I've got. That's pretty much it at this point. If Suzanne gets a hold of me, we still have the 10th. We've got her paperwork, so we could probably do the plea if she gets a hold of her.
Tell her we have a plea set up tomorrow morning if they want to come back in the
Okay.
morning. No harm.
I'll do that. I will text her and I'll send it out to her. That's a good idea. See if we can get that done. And afterwards, can I just go and lay down?